Hello everyone, my name is Mathilde. Welcome back to the PicsArt YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing another video about UGC. If you haven't watched this video that we uploaded a few months ago, I wanted to make a point that it's really easy to become a UGC creator if you follow simple steps. So I took it upon myself to start a whole UGC career and land my first deal in 1 week. I know it's still like a huge trending topic and a lot of people might still find it incredibly overwhelming, and since it was more of a vloggy type of video that I did last time and I didn't necessarily break down exactly what you had to do. So today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can film and how I edit my UGC videos. Here's a quick overview about UGC. UGC stands for user-generated content, and this is basically when brands pay different users and people like you and me to make videos demonstrating their product, and the point of it is that they want to make it look as organic and as natural as possible. So how do you start UGC? That's a great question. First and foremost, you need a portfolio, and if you've done UGC work previously, if you've done little branding opportunities, you can just go ahead and create your portfolio from this. But if you haven't, then I recommend just making fake UGC videos, basically just using products that you have around your house. The main point about creating a portfolio is just making sure it really represents who you are as a content creator. So if you're super colorful and like fun, do not make a really black and white portfolio, because brands are going to look at that and expect that from you. Once you have your portfolio completely built, it is time to reach out to different brands. You can pretty much find the email of every brand that you're into online. It's super easy to send them an email, but if you don't know what to include, you can go over on Quick Tools, click AI Writer, email. Sometimes it's midnight and you have to send an email and your brain power is at 0, and this is a lifesaver. Do make sure to edit and add any relevant pieces of information onto your email, and make sure to make it as personal to the brands. If you're feeling shy about reaching out to brands, you're in luck as well, because there are plenty of different websites and apps that you can actually use to find brands that are already looking for UGC content creators. Top 2 ones that I like to use are Keepers and Tribe. I've used both a lot of times and I've had a lot of opportunities and they're great. An advantage to using both of these apps is that they already have like a system in place for UGC content creators. So if you have any issues, you can just reach out to them instead of directly to the brand. And after trying a few times, you may land your first brand deal, which is where all the fun starts. Usually it's a stage when you have the opportunity, they're gonna send you a list of all the things they need you to include. So a lot of the times this is things like make sure you have good lighting, make sure that everything you're saying is clear. Very standard generic filming tips. But a lot of the times they will also say something like, make sure to have a clip where you go into store and film this thing, or make sure that you get a picture, make sure you get footage of the product that lasts at least 5 seconds and it's shown within the first 10 seconds of the video. That's like a very common requirement. So how do you make your actual UGC videos? Depending on how much UGC you actually do, you can start building up your equipment. But if you're just starting out, then I recommend just using whatever phone that you have. You don't even have to get a tripod. You can literally just put your phone in different flat surfaces. I'm sure that you can get satisfactory results, especially if you're building your portfolio and if you're not sure if this is something that you actually want to do, then I recommend just going for this method. I, however, have been doing this for a really long time and I do full-time content creation. So here's the equipment that I use. I like to alternate between using my iPhone and my camera depending on what type of video it is. Some brands like to go for a little bit more of a professional finished look, and some brands like a more like casual look. Camera, which is the Sony ZV-1 standard vlog camera. The only thing that I will say, if you are getting a camera, just make sure it has a flippable viewfinder, because I once had a camera where this was not the case and I just purely relied on luck for focus and framing. So don't do that. I know I said that if you're just starting off, you can just put your phone on flat surfaces, but if you do want to invest on any piece of equipment, I really recommend spending money on a tripod. This is the one that I have. It's literally the most helpful thing in the whole world because you can just close it and it's super tiny. You can just literally put it in my purse and take it anywhere, and then whenever I get to the location, I can just take it out and put my phone or my camera. It works for both. Lighting is also super key. I like to use natural light when I can, but if it's getting dark or if it's a close-up and there's just no way that I can get natural light with a background that I want, I like to just use a ring light. Literally any standard ring light works. These are very like inexpensive. You can get them from pretty much any shop, and you can connect them to your laptop. So if you want to film on the go, that's also those are super helpful. Oh, the last thing that I use are these wonderful microphones. They're the Rode Wireless Me, and again, you can plug them into your camera. You can plug them into your camera or your phone, and they're super helpful if you need to do voiceovers. Part is super explanatory. If you want more of an insight into how I do it, make sure to check out my other vlog. But basically, I like to create a storyboard where I plan the whole ad that I'm gonna be making, then film the shots necessary for that. And lastly, I do the voiceover. Just super helpful to plan as much as you can before filming it so that you make sure that you have all the clips that you need. Which brings us to editing. It's technically the point of this video. I've rambled on a little bit too much. I filmed this hair care ad last week, and I pretty much had it sitting on my phone since then because I really did not want to edit it. Luckily for me, there's an app where I can do that without leaving this chair on my phone. What? Make sure you download PicsArt, please. So I'm gonna open up PicsArt, and basically because I created already my whole storyboard, I'm just gonna import the video clips that I want that correspond to the storyboard, so I know that they correspond and I don't have to like go look for the perfect spots on the different clips that will look good together. And I'm basically just gonna start building my timeline. At first, again, I'm just gonna put the whole clips in, and they're gonna be a little bit rough, and there's some bits that I'm gonna have to go back and cut. Okay, now once this is all one seamless video, I'm gonna make sure to go on audio and record my voiceover. This is why I say planning is super helpful, because I planned the whole video and I wrote down the voiceover, so now I'm just gonna have to read it instead of thinking of what I have to say. However, that does not make it any easier because I love making grammatical mistakes. I was really surprised by how foamy it was because I really did not expect this from a bar of soap. I'm gonna click apply and then just make sure that I cut any bits where I was pausing too long or I fumbled what word that I was trying to say. If you're using an audio, you can also just put it in here. You downloaded it from TikTok, you can just click extract and then just add it onto the video. So now this is pretty much the fun part of the video. You can just add any pop-ups that you want. So if you want to add any stickers, any photos, any text. If you want to add effects, you can also add effects, but I usually just prefer to go on adjust. I'm making a video about color grading for videos, but if you want just a quick roundup, I usually like to put shadows a little bit lower, highlights a little bit higher, temperature a little bit warmer, and then just adjust the brightness and the contrast depending on what the video looks like. Of course, this is very dependent on your footage overall, but those are just my go-to settings when I do these types of things. Super helpful thing that you can also do on PicsArt is do the remove background. Literally do this in less than a minute is insane to me. Thank you, technology. And thank you, PicsArt. Once this is all done, I'm just gonna click apply and export the video. You can put it on auto or you can click the actual resolution that you want. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys try out this because it's actually such a fun little side thing to have. If you do edit your videos on PicsArt, make sure you tag us on Instagram and TikTok because I love seeing your guys' edits. And as always, download PicsArt, subscribe to us, and I'll see you next week. Bye.